So we are going to dive deep into arrays in PHP. Arrays are incredibly powerful because they allow us to store and organize multiple values in a single variable. So once you understand arrays, you unlock the ability to manage lists of data, process corrections, and build more complex applications. Okay, so in simple terms, an array is a variable that can hold more than one value at the same time. Instead of creating a new variable for every item, we group them together into one structure, which is an array. Okay, so let us take a look at an example of how we can create an array. Okay, so for example, here if we have our variable fruits, then here we can set it equals, then here we use the function. Okay, we call it the array function there. Then this array function taking the mixed taking a mixed, okay, piece of data. Okay, so here let us provide the strings. Okay, so here let us have banana, let us have here mangoes there. Okay, then let us have apples, like that. Okay, so that's how we create an array. Okay, that's how we can create an array. Okay, so how can we output the information? Okay, so we can output the information using the echo statement. Okay, for every item in this array we can output that information, okay, or that item. Okay, so here let us echo out, then here we provide the name. Okay, so if we want to output a single item, so we need to be aware of the fact that these items are arranged in order. Okay, so they are arranged in order and they are given positions. Okay, so in programming we start counting at 0. Okay, so which means even these positions are going to start from 0 going up. Okay, so increasing, okay, from 0 increasing. Okay, 0 1 2 3, like that. Okay, so these ones, the banana is going to be in position 0, then this one is going to be in position 1, and then this one is going to be in position 2. Okay, so to access banana, we just get our fruits, all the fruits. Then we are going to use these square brackets. Then inside these square brackets, it's where we put the position, okay, of the item we want. Okay, so in this case we want 0, okay, because banana is in position 0. Okay, so let us do that, and if we save and we refresh our page, we get a banana out. Okay, so we can also, let us try to output fruits, okay, as the array. Okay, and when we do that, we get this warning. Okay, we get warning array to string conversion in, so this one is not possible. Okay, so remember this one, the echo. Okay, so this one, it returns a string. Okay, so it takes in anything, okay, and it returns it in form of a string. Okay, so even if we put here 1 like this, which is an integer, and we save and we print out, it is going to be in form of a string. Okay, it's going to be in form of a string. Okay, so because this one converts it into a string, and if we try to convert this array into a string, it is not going to work. So it is going to generate an error, okay, which you saw previously. Okay, so in order to print out this array, we are going to use this one. Let us use the print r, and then here we use this one. It takes in the mixed expression. Okay, so this one takes in a mixed expression and returns it. Okay, so here we can provide our fruits there. Okay, so if we save and then we refresh our page, oh no, where are we going to bingo? And we refresh our page, we are going to get this output. Okay, so here we get an array. It is an array. Then here these ones are given position. Okay, they have their position. So banana is going to be in position 0. So in position 0, we are going to place there. We are going to place there banana. Okay, so and in position 1, we are going to place there mangoes. And then in position 2, we are going to press their apples. Okay, like that. Okay, like that. So let us look at types of arrays in PHP. Okay, and the first type we have is the indexed arrays. Okay, and these ones use numeric indexes, starting from 0. Okay, starting from 0, and these ones we can use them like this. Okay, so instead of creating it like this, we can just use square brackets. So let us copy all. Okay, so we can just use square brackets like that, and then we place them there. Okay, and if we try to save and then we refresh the page, we get the same output. As you can see, we get the same output. Okay, so we can, these ones are called indexed arrays. Arrays. Okay, so we can also go back and we start accessing them. So print r, and here if we have our $flutes, then here let us have a 0, and if we try to save, we are going to get banana. Okay, like that we are going to get banana out. Okay, so even if we use the echo, it can also work. Even if we use the echo our flute out, it can also work. We'll get the banana out. Okay, so let us look at another type, which is the associative array, and these ones use named keys instead of numbers. Okay, these ones, they use named keys instead of numbers. Okay, so these ones we create them like this one. They're like, you can call them we call them dictionaries in other programming languages, like Python, like Python. Okay, we call it a dictionary. Okay, so here we can have multiple value. You can have multiple values, and these ones, they have their associate keys. Okay, so here we have the key. So it looks like this. You saw it before. Okay, this one is the key, and this one is the value. Okay, so here we can provide the name, which is the key, and the value we can have Rashid, like that there. Then after there we put a comma. Okay, so this is one value. Okay, it is one value. Okay, this is one value, and then we put a comma, then we write another value which also has a key and even the value. Okay, even its value. Okay, so here this is our one piece of data, this is a piece of data, and we create another piece of data like this. Okay, so here we can have the age, and here we can set it to be like an integer. Okay, so which is 25, then we put a comma, then here we can also have another one, which is the city, and this one is pointing to what? Is pointing to like let me give it New York, like this. Okay, so after doing that, then we can come here, we end our line, then we come here and we echo out. We want to echo out a person. This one they are flutes. Then here we can use our square brackets, and then we access. So here we don't access we don't access them by indices. Okay, indexes. Yeah, they are positions. Okay, we access them using these keys. Okay, these keys. Okay, we access them using these keys. So here we can provide the name. Okay, then we end, and if we do that and then we refresh, we get our value, which corresponds to the name key. Okay, which is Rashid. Okay, so that's how we can use the associate arrays. Okay, so let us look at another one. Okay, which are called the multidimensional arrays. Okay, and these are arrays inside arrays, and they are useful for representing grids, tables, or structured data. Okay, so here let us create like a matrix. Here let us have $matrix. Let us name it matrix here, and then inside here we can have multiple arrays. Okay, so here we can have the first one. We can have the first one, then we can have the second one, and then we can have the third one, like that. Okay, so then these ones, the first one has 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3. Okay, and this one has 4 5 6, like that, and this one has 7 8 and 9, like that. Okay, that is, and this one is called a multi-dimensional array. Okay, It's called a multi-dimensional array, and we can access the objects inside this array. For example, this one we can access it like this. Okay, remember these ones, this first array is in position 0. Okay, this first array is in position 0, and inside this position, inside this this array, this one is in position 0 also. Okay, so it means we have 0 0. In order to access this one, we first access this one which is in position 0, and then we access this one which is in position 0 inside this array which is in position 0 also. Okay, so we can do it like this. We can get our matrix, then we access this first array which is in position 0. Then we want to access, we put another one, these are square brackets, then we access this one which is 0 in position 0, which is that one. Okay, then if we save and we refresh, we get this pass error. So because here we have forgot to end, I forget that one always, but this one, so after saving we get something like this. After refreshing, we get a 1, so we have accessed our 1. So what if we want to access 9? Okay, we do the same. Okay, so we don't want to access this one, we don't want to access this one, we want to access this one which is in position 2. Okay, or you can call it index. Okay, an index. Okay, which has an index of 2. Okay, so here we can provide 2 there, and here this 9 is in position 2. Okay, it is in position 2. Let us access 8. Okay, which is in position 1. Okay, inside this one. Okay, so we have accessed this one which is in position 2, and then we want to access 8 which is in position 1. Okay, inside this one. Okay, so here we have let us have 1, and if we save, then we refresh, we get our 8 out. Okay, so let us look at how we can add and remove elements. Okay, so you can manipulate arrays by adding or removing items dynamically. Okay, so let us look at the first example. Okay, so let us go back to our array that we had, which contained the flutes. Okay, so we have them there. Okay, so this one contained the flutes. So let us go back to the basic. Okay, let us go back to the basic. So here we can have the flutes. Here let us have the banana like that. Then let us have the next one, a mangoes. Then let us have the next one, which is apples. Okay, so these are bananas, mangoes, and then apples. Okay, so let us see how we can add and remove elements. Okay, dynamically. Okay, so to remove an element, we do like this. Okay, so we can use for example, here let us have we can use the array.push. Okay, and this one is we are going to add a multiple. Okay, we can add multiple. Okay, so for example, here we can have array, we can use this function array underscore push this one. Okay, underscore push. There are multiple functions we can use. Okay, so here we can use underscore push. Then here we need to provide the array. Okay, the array. Okay, that we want to work with. Okay, where we want to put a certain value. Okay, so here we want to push. Let us have here another variable. So let me call it favorites. Then this one, let us set it to be 0. Okay, like that. Okay, then after pushing, we want to work with we want to push something in favorites. Okay, but this one, remember, it is going to take in, if we hover over it here, this array push, it is going to take in a mixed, so which means it is going to take in an array. Okay, so here the array that we are going to provide will be dollar. Let us call it flutes. Let us give it flutes there. Okay, so inside these favorites, we are going to give it flutes. Okay, so before we push, we put these items, these flutes. Okay, these flutes in these favorites, we are going to first print out and see what favorites contain. So let us use the print R, and then we print out our favorites like that. And then after pushing some values, then here we are going to also do it again. We are going to do it again. So we're going to copy, and then we control, and then we press V to paste, then we save. And here we forgot this semicolon, and after there we are going to refresh. So at first, as you can see here, at first we get an array which is what, which is empty, okay, which is empty, okay. And after pushing these flutes in these favorites, then we are going to output our favorites, okay. And when we output our favorite array, we are going to get these items. We are going to get the first one is going to be an array. So okay, so here we are going to have an array. What? We are going to have an array. We are going to have the banana, the first one, which is the banana. We're going to have the second one, mangoes, and then the third one, apples, okay, like that, okay. So I think you have seen it. So we can also use other functions like we can use push. We can even use another one called pop, and this one removes the last, okay. So this one, let us use push, pop, okay, pop, and this function here we provide the array, okay, the array. So the pop element of the end of the array, okay. So here we just provide the array, okay. So the array we want to provide is the flutes, dollar flutes, okay, that flutes. Then after here we print out our flutes and we see what we are having, okay. So here let us remove this print statement, okay, and then we save, then we refresh. So here when we get this output, we get only bananas and mangoes, okay. So which means apple has been removed. Remember, apple is the last element, and in this case when we use array pop, we just remove the last element in that array, okay. So that's how we can do it. We can also use array shift, okay, array shift, and that one removes the first element, okay. So we use it like this, array shift, like that, and we are going to see that banana is going to be removed. And if we save, we get apples back, mangoes there, and banana not inclusive, okay. So banana is in the first position, and it means that when we use the array shift, banana is going to be removed, okay. So let us look at another one, which is the unshift, okay, and that one we use it to add at the beginning, okay. We use it to add at the beginning, okay. And if we come here and we use unshift, like that, unshift, and then here inside here, when we try to hover over this array shift, it is going to take in an array. As you can see, it is going to take in an array, and then it is going to take in it is going to take in a position, okay, like a position int, okay. It's going to take in the position, okay. So if we get this one, so let us get this one, okay. Let us see how we can use the unshift, okay. So to use the unshift here, let us provide our variable here, dollar flutes, and then here we provide a mixed, okay. So here we can provide, let us provide just 0 there. If we save, and then we output down there, and then we do this. So as you can see here, we have added okay. So here we start from 0, here we have the 0, then here we have 0, okay. We have 0. So this 0 has been added, okay, okay, in the first position of this flute, okay. So now it is the first, okay, it is in position 0, and banana has been pushed in position 1, mangoes in position 2, and apples in position 3, okay. So that's how we can use. There are many others you can use. There are many other functions you can use Okay, there are many. Okay, so let us see how we can loop through arrays. Okay, so to process arrays, we often use loops. Okay, so for arrays, the for each loop is the most convenient. The for each loop is the most convenient. Okay, and to use the for each loop, so let us have our bananas there. Then here, to use the for each loop, we can do like this. Okay, so we use the for each. So this is the we are going to look at the structure. Okay, for each, then this one here we need to provide for each flute. Then here we need to create a variable for each flutes. Okay, for each, then these flutes as we access the first flute. Okay, so here we create a variable and then we store that flute inside that item in the flute variable. Okay, so for each, what are we going to do on each? Okay, so on each we are going to echo out our flute. Okay, we're going to echo out our flute, and then what are we going to do? We are going to break. Okay, we're going to break like this. Okay, so like that. And if we try to save and then we refresh, we get this one. So break expecting all this one. Okay, so we are expecting something. Okay, so to use this one, we need to add here. Let us add here that one. Okay, and if we refresh again, we get our output. Okay, so here this one, remember this one is for concatenation. So we have concatenated this string onto this flute, which is also in form of a string. Okay, so after doing that, this one will help us to break. Okay, after this message, we are going to break. Okay, to break that line. Okay, which is this one is an HTML tag. Okay, so here as you can see, we get bananas, we get mangoes, and then we get apples. Okay, so that's how we can loop through. Okay, all of them. Okay, so we print them one by one. Okay, so for associative arrays, we can loop over key values. Okay, we can loop over key values. Okay, so for example here, if we had let us bring back our associative values. Can we bring them back? So for example here we have flutes. Here we have the name, we have the age. This one is supposed to be a person. This was supposed to be a person. Okay, this was supposed to be a person. Then here we can have the city, which is New York. Okay, like that. Okay, so after doing that, then down here we can have we can start iterating through. Okay, so these ones we use the keys. Okay, for associative values we can loop over. Okay, using the keys and the values. Okay, so we come down here and then we access we use the for each. So for each, then we access for each. Let us get our variable person. Okay, as here we use the key value. Okay, so this is going to be for each as key. Then we we use these ones as a key value, $value as key value. Okay, as key value. Then what are we going to do? Okay, they are going to be, this one can be like or you can say like ID, then value. You can give it the names you want. Okay, so we're going to look at that. Okay, so this one we are going to echo out. This one like this. So we are going to echo out our key, and then we are going to get our value. Okay, and then we are going to also echo out our value like that. Okay, like that. So let us end this one, and if we try to save and we refresh, we get the name Rashid, the age. Okay, so here we have forgot to break, so here we use these ones to break, but they must be it must be a string. Even if we put it here, the break like that, and we save. If we refresh, we get the name Rashid, the age 25, and then the city New York. Okay, so here we have the name. Okay, so here we have the name, and there the name is the key. Okay, it is this key. Okay, and then this Rashid, it is the value. Okay, it is this value. Okay, as you can see, it is that value. Okay, so there are many. That's how we can iterate through associate values. Okay. Okay, so let us look at the useful array functions. Okay, we have. Okay, so PHP comes with a rich set of built-in functions for arrays, and the most top ones, we have the count, we have the in array, we have the array. Okay, so that's all about arrays. That's all about arrays. That's what we can learn about arrays. Okay, so play with arrays, create more arrays, create more dimensional arrays, associative arrays, a lot. Okay, even the indexed arrays, create them and play with them. Okay, play with them. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay.